cast out, but not cut off. This is the hidden story of Ishmael, born from human urgency, shaped in rejection, forged in the wilderness, and multiplied into nations. From Genesis to the Quran, his life reveals a deeper mystery. God does not only move through the chosen line, he also moves through the overlooked. This is not just history. This is revelation in the desert. History remembers the chosen son, but heaven listened to the other one. Before nations rose, before empires formed, there was a boy in the desert, crying. And God answered, "What if I told you, the rejected son was still heard by God? What if the one cast out was never actually forgotten?" This is the story of Ishmael, not the chosen one, but still chosen to be seen. Birth of Ishmael, a promise, outside the promise. The story: Abraham and Sarah are promised a child, but they wait. Sarah gives her servant Hagar to Abraham. Hagar conceives Ishmael. This was human effort trying to fulfill a divine promise. Genesis 16:11, "You shall call his name Ishmael because the Lord has heard your affliction." Ishmael, Duster, God hears. Ishmael represents what is born out of impatience and human striving, yet God still shows up. Genesis 16:13, Hagar calls God El Roi, the God who sees me. Even in a situation outside the covenant plan, God sees, hears. Inside the tent of Abraham, promise and pressure collided. Sarah could not wait, so she reached for control. Two forces enter the world: the constructed life, the promised life. Ishmael is the echo of human effort, but still carries divine attention. What in your life was born out of pressure instead of promise? Before Ishmael could speak, Hagar ran away, and the angel of the Lord told her to go back. His mother saw something rare in the wilderness. God revealed himself. In ancient thought, the desert is not empty, it is a thin place, where the visible and invisible meet. Hagar becomes the first in Scripture to name God from experience, not priests, not kings, a rejected woman. Years later, another son arrives, Isaac, and tension becomes separation. Genesis 21:10, "Cast out the bondwoman and her son." Two lines cannot coexist in one house. One is inheritance through promise, one is existence through survival, not lesser, just different. The desert burns, water is gone, a mother turns away, a son collapses, then Genesis 21:17, God heard the voice of the boy. His name was not symbolic, it was prophetic. Ishmael. God hears. In the moment of death, his identity awakens. What if your lowest moment is when your true name is revealed? God doesn't create a well, he reveals one truth is often concealed, not absent. The answer may already exist, you just don't perceive it yet. Ishmael survives, then he multiplies. Genesis 25:13-16. His sons become tribes: Nebaioth, Kedar, Adbeel, Mibsam, Mishma, Duma, Massa, Hadad, Tema, Jetur, Naphish, Kedema, 12 rulers. Kedar appears in prophetic texts, Isaiah 42:11. Desert tribes spread across Arabia. Trade routes, culture, identity, all shaped by this line. A rejected son becomes a regional force. If Isaac represents vertical connection, heaven to man, Ishmael represents horizontal expansion, man across earth. Both are necessary for the full story. In the Quran, Ishmael rises again, not as exile, but as prophet. Surah Maryam 19:54, he was true to his promise, a messenger. With Abraham he builds the Kaaba in Mecca, a center of worship, the In Quran 37:100-111, the son offered in sacrifice is understood by many to be Ishmael. The rejected son becomes the obedient one. Two traditions, one mystery, one reveals order, one reveals submission, both reveal surrender to God. At the end, the division closes. Genesis 25:9, Ishmael and Isaac buried Abraham together. All paths, promise and exile, return to origin. 137 years of full life. Genesis 25:17, he was gathered to his people. To be gathered is to be reintegrated into the whole. Nothing is wasted, not even the rejected story. Ishmael was never the mistake, he was the evidence that God listens beyond systems. So if you feel outside, overlooked, unnamed, remember this: the desert still carries echoes, and heaven still responds to voices others ignore. You are not unheard, you are not unseen, you are not outside God's reach, you are heard. Comment below, God hears me, even here. Subscribe for more hidden layers of scripture. Share this with someone walking through their wilderness.